Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss about electroplating, and in the last class we have discussed what are the chemical effects that can occur due to the passage of electric current on the electrodes. So we have discussed how to prepare an electrode, right? And now we are going to discuss what is meant by electroplating. So electroplating, if you consider, it is a process by depositing a layer of one metal onto the another by the method of hydrolysis. You got it? So electroplating is usually done with the help of metals like copper, silver, chromium, and nickel. So copper, if you consider, you could have noticed this copper-bottomed pan in your homes. So copper is a very good conductor of heat, and because of that, what will happen? The transfer of heat will be so easy, and due to that, cooking gets over so fast. So that is the reason why most of the pans were given a copper bottom. And silver plating, if you consider most of the stainless steel vessels which we use in our home, or the white plated kind of finish which we see in most of the vessels in our home, so all these comes under the silver plating. Similarly, chromium, if you consider, it is usually used in the rims of wheels, rims which is the wheel of the bicycle or the bike or the car rims. In that they will make use of the chromium. And similarly, nickel, it is used for decorative items and machinery parts. So all these things are usually, this electroplating is usually done for the reason behind electroplating is to prevent corrosion on metals, and the other reason is for decorative purposes, right? And most one of the most common uses, it actually resists the scratches. So for that is the main reason why electroplating has been done in most of the machinery parts, as well as in the kitchen appliances. And even you could have noticed this electroplating in the handle of the car, and then gold-plated watch which we are using. No, so what happens due to the repeated use? So the color of the watch tends to disappear. That is, the gold plated tends to disappear, and it uh, it it will show off the some silver color or some other metal color, right? So these are the some of the uses of electroplating. And even you could have noticed this electroplating in the new bicycle. So if you have bought a new bicycle, you could have noticed the shiny handlebar and the wheel rims. So this shiny behind the shiny handlebar and wheel rims, it is actually made up of this chromium. So in case by mistake if you have scratched this somewhere, what will happen? This shiny coating comes off and it will reveal a not shiny surface beneath, right? So even this ornaments where women tends to use, which is appears to be gold, but it is not made up of gold completely. So due to the repeated use, what will happen? This gold coating wears off completely, and it will reveal some other metals or the silver coating which has been given beneath the layer. Got it. So these all these things are made up of the electroplating process, and the metal has a coating of another metal. So in both these cases, if you consider, one metal has a coating of another metal. So the gold ornaments or else a gold-plated watch, if you consider all these ornaments or the watches, if you consider what is present over there, a metal has a coating of another metal. So let us see how this electroplating process is being done in most of the industries. To understand more about this electroplating, let us discuss a simple activity related to this electroplating. So to do this activity, the things that you need are battery, wires, and then in a beaker you have to take a copper sulfate solution. Followed by that, you need two copper plates. And apart from that, we will be pouring a few drops of dilute sulfuric acid as well. So see here, what you have to do is, in this beaker we have to take a copper sulfate solution. Actually we used to take the distilled water first, and distilled water is a poor conductor of heat, a poor conductor of electricity, that we have discussed in the previous class. So to make the distilled water more conducting, what we will do is, we will drop a spoonful of salt, or drops of lemon juice we will use to drop to make the distilled water more conducting, right? Similarly, in this distilled water, they have dissolved 2 spoonful of copper sulfate solution, and followed by that they have added few drops of dilute sulfuric acid. Got it? So what will happen after dropping this? The solution will become more conducting, and these copper plates which we are going to use, we have to clean it with the sandpaper. Yes, so the copper plates has to be cleaned up with the sandpaper first, and then you have to rinse it up with the rinse them in the water, then dry it up, and then connect this copper plates to the two ends of the battery using the wire. So to the two terminals of the battery, you have to connect this copper plates. And after connecting all these things, this copper plate will become an electrode now, much similar to the activity which we have discussed in the previous class, like how iron nails can be converted into an electrodes, right? So much similar to that, this copper plate has become an electrode now as we have connected to the battery. Now what you have to do here is just immerse this copper plate into the copper sulfate solution, and after immersing here, similarly as well, you should not immerse this copper plate completely into the solution. You have to leave some space above the copper plate, and you have to allow the current to pass for about 15 minutes. After that, when you remove this electrode from the solution, what will happen here is you could notice some deposits on the copper plates, and the solution color will tend to change even. So you have to notice what is the difference that you can find out in the copper plate, as well as what is the color that has formed on the copper plate. You got it? So this is how you can find out, you can do the electroplating process. And next, what will happen here is when you pass the electric current with the help of the battery through the copper sulfate solution, what will happen here is this copper sulfate is a single salt, this will get separated into copper and sulfate. You got it? We have a copper sulfate solution here. When you immerse this electrode into this copper sulfate solution, what will happen here is due to the passage of electric current, this copper sulfate solution will dissociate. That is, it gets separated into copper and sulfate. So when it gets separated into copper and sulfate, what will happen? The copper which has been separated in this solution, that gets drawn, that is, it gets attracted by the copper plate that has been connected to the negative terminal. You got it? So the copper that has been separated in the solution, what will happen? That gets attracted to the copper plate which has been connected to the negative terminal. And what about the copper which has been lost in the solution? Now in the solution we have only copper, right? In copper and sulfate we have only copper. So how to add on the copper into it now? We have one more copper plate that has been immersed together, right? So from this copper plate, what will happen? The copper gets dissolved into this solution. Got it? So this is how from the other electrode or copper plate an equal amount of copper gets dissolved into the solution. So the loss of copper will be compensated by the other copper plate. Right? So this is how it will be restored, and the process continues repeatedly. And this means that copper gets transferred from one electrode to the other. So even though the copper from the solution has been drawn by this copper plate, the copper from the other plate gets dissolved into this solution, and this process gets repeated continuously due to the circuit. You got it? So this process of depositing a layer of any desired metal on another material by means of electricity is called electroplating. So this is also one of the most common applications that you can consider for the chemical effects of electric current. As I have told you, electroplating means the process of depositing or plating one metal onto another. So one metal onto another means here copper is getting deposited on the another metal copper plate, and so again from the other copper plate the copper is getting dissolved over here. Again that will be that will be drawn over here by this copper plate, and when you remove this electrode from the solution, you could notice the deposits on the electrodes. So those deposits are called the electroplating, which has been done by this process. I hope you understood this concept. And now see some of the examples they have given related to electroplating. Actually, electroplating you could find in this is the rim of the wheel. So on this rim of the wheel only we will fix the tube. You got it? So this rim has been given an electroplating with the help of chromium. So as chromium will give a shiny polished appearance. So that's why they make use of chromium for all the machinery parts as well as for the kitchen appliances. And even you can notice some vessels over here, and then the shiny handlebar of the bicycle, and even over here the headlight of the car, the protected gear of the headlight of the car, then bumper of the car. For all these purposes, they make use of this electroplating process to avoid corrosion on metals, as well to provide a scratch resistance. Got it? And then see here some of the examples they have given related to the electroplating. So chromium plating, if you see, it is done on many objects such as like car parts, then bath taps, then kitchen gas burners, bicycle handlebars, wheel rims, and many other applications, or there many other uses are there when regarding this chromium plating. As chromium has a very shiny appearance, it helps the metal not to corrode, as well as it resists the scratches. As well, regarding jewelry, we have discussed for so yeah, the ornaments which women use, which appears to be made up of gold. Even in that also they make use of this. They will electroplate the silver and gold actually on these things. And the tin cans which is available in the markets, which is available in the supermarkets nowadays. So we they may usually make use of the tin cans for storing food, right? And tin is also coated on the iron actually when you consider tin, it is very less reactive than iron. And what happens, it prevents the food getting spoiled so easily. So that is the reason when food comes in contact with iron, what will happen, it gets spoiled so easily. So to avoid that, they electroplate tin onto the iron. As well, iron, if you consider, it is usually used in constructing bridges and for automobiles to provide strength. So iron, it tends to corrode and rust so easily. So what will happen here? They will coating of zinc is deposited on iron to protect it from corrosion and formation of rust. You got it? So these are some of the applications where electroplating is done. And almost we have come to the end of the lesson, and I hope you understood this lesson, children. Thank you.